Good evening. The community of St. Paul will be marking the somber one-year anniversary of a shocking incident. One student was killed when a vehicle smashed through a classroom and landed on top of her. So while students and community members celebrated their newly renovated school this morning, they also remembered the tragedy. And as Kim Smith reports, Premier Alison Redford was on hand to mark the occasion.
No doubt that the tragedy of last year has impacted all of us here today.
Students, staff, and other community members gave Premier Alison Redford a warm welcome. "262 junior high school students are calling the newly renovated Racette School home this year. Plans for major upgrades were 10 years in the making. For the past 2 years, these students took classes at a temporary location while work was underway.
It's clean and shiny, and I don't know, there's different people and it's fun to be in.
But last October, the unthinkable happened. A grade 6 student was killed when a minivan crashed through a wall and landed on top of her at the temporary school. Premier Redford says she wanted to be at the original school's grand reopening to be part of its new beginning.
Well, in some ways, perhaps me being here is a chance for me to say to everyone here that Albertans have been thinking about what's been going on, and certainly everything that's happened has been in our thoughts and prayers.
The principal of the school says the students are moving forward in a healthy way.
Definitely something that's not going to be forgotten. However, I think every day is a day of growth and strength, and realizing that it was something that you would never ever expect to have happen in a school building.
The renovations at Econo Lodge were part of a $51 million investment by the Alberta government for the so-called St. Paul solution, which included major upgrades at 3 schools plus a couple of new schools.
We have to look to the future. We have to look to what community needs will be in 10 years and not immediately. It's one of the reasons that we've made a commitment to build Alberta, to build infrastructure.
Upgrades to Econo Lodge cost nearly $11 million.
Generally, structure similar, but some of our common areas more changed. Our music room opened up and more visible to sort of see the art of music happening.
I'm here today to celebrate the future. It is also a time of remembrance.
Kim Smith, Newcap News.
Lloydminster RCMP are investigating an assault in the border city yesterday. Police tape still covered the alley beside the Econo Lodge this morning as forensic investigators were still on the scene, marking evidence and searching the area. Now, this is not the right viz. Now, guests at the lodge told Newcap News that an ambulance was called at 6 a.m. yesterday. Police say they started their investigation later in the afternoon. Now, no other details have been released at this time. The closure of a railway intersection in Lloydminster has many in the border city up in arms. Now, in less than a month, the 55th Avenue crossing will no longer be an option for local commuters, as ADM plans to create a switching and staging track on the property. Gloria Selby started a petition last week to stop the closure, saying it will cause too much congestion on the already other busy rail crossings.
Those 2 intersections are loaded guns right now, and we don't feel that we should be adding more to it.
ADM originally bought the land from CN Rail in 1995 and let the city use it as an intersection since. With already more than 1,000 signatures, Selby says petitioners hope City Council will explain how the rail company would sell the property without its consent.
Are all railroad crossings up for sale? Like, does Lloydminster own the other crossings? Or is that just still CN's property, that if they want to go into collusion with private property, private owners, can they sell that too?
Selby hopes to get 3,000 signatures before the petition is presented to City Council on September 9th. Now, the intersection is set to close on September 23rd. Well, a Vermilion man has hit the jackpot. Kenneth Track won $200,000 on the $200 million Supreme Lottery ticket. Now, he bought the ticket at East Alta Co-op in Vermilion. Track says he plans to share the windfall with his kids, help pay for his grandchildren's university education, and donate some to charity.